Hey there, I'm Nev, I'm a dev, and today I'm finally back. After a little break, I'm finally back, and today I want to talk about the new Svelte remote functions that have just came out because, yeah, in my break, kind of a lot of things happened async Svelte and these new remote functions that I'm a big fan of. Today, I want to just quickly talk about them and also give you a little demo on how to use them. And we are here on my screen, and we have a remote function playground. Yeah, we have already started a dev server, and if we go to here, so what we need here is why the new Svelte RPCs are cool. I am cool as well. And we have these little articles here. They are, of course, very basic to say the least. And so we've already got some things going on here. So first of all, I think we should start with these remote.ts files because these are really the gist of it. So first of all, we have this get article, which is basically a query. And you can see we don't have any page observer.ts files like in older Svelte projects. That's because our load function is basically replaced with this get articles query. And in here, we're just making a normal DB call to find the articles. And as you can see, we have them here. And the new article is basically a form action, which I'm going to talk about in a minute. So what we can do here is we can have this boundary. And inside of this boundary, we have a snippet, which is the pending snippet. And in this pending snippet, we just have this loading post thing here to indicate that we are loading the data currently. What you can see here is, though, that this is an async function, and you can also see that it returns a promise, meaning this get articles is actually a promise. You can see here. And what this means is that in here, we can actually await this. And we await the article as article, and then we just put the article.title in here. I mean, we have some more things here like author, but this field is just not required here. And furthermore, we have the new article, which is a form action. And the new article is actually spread here. And we could actually just do this. I'm gonna cut this real quick. And the thing will still work. Now. But now it didn't really work for some reason. That's why we put in these things. We progressively enhance the form. And here we have the submit function. So this is actually what calls the function. And then this is the cool thing. We can go ahead and do updates. And we can actually get articles. And this basically refreshes the query. So in here, this query, if we submit a new thing, hi number 2, it automatically refreshes. And you can see it just gets added to the list instantly. And I mean, this is not really an expensive operation, but if we could, for example, put in a promise here, well, let's maybe set this to 5 seconds. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. You can see it resolved. But what we now can do is an optimistic update. And this optimistic update is done with this with override. And in here we have the articles. So what we can now do is we can go ahead and do this, and then dot articles, and a new article which has ID of 999, and title is hi author null. Okay, but we of course don't want to have hi here. We want to have something different. I think it's data, and then we go and do data dot get title as string. And now, as you can see, it takes a bit to load. But if we go ahead and do this, shouldn't take long. It instantly appears, right? And if we wouldn't have this, Let's quickly take this away, and this probably takes long. We need to wait a bit. 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's here. So yeah, you can optimistically update this, and it's very cool. So let's go to Svelte GitHub real quick, and we're gonna reject all. It's that one, and to the discussions, and it's the reload functions, of course. No, sorry, not the remote functions. We'll cover that in a minute, how to actually use this. But first of all, I want to quickly talk about we've already covered the query. And this could actually also take in a string. So for example, if we wanted to get the likes of this specific item, we can pass in the ID of the item. Then it will go ahead and do select the likes from this item with this ID. And in the form, we unfortunately don't have this, which I don't really understand, but I guess validation is optional, and I've also built a little library for this to validate your form stuff. Yeah, and how we use this is like I showed you, we can just spread this add like thing, and we can also do all kinds of crazy stuff like if add like.result.success, and if we want to progressively enhance this, we can do things, and we can also update things. This is how to like update things and to hook into your form data before you submit the form. You could actually also, an alternative to this would be if we take this get articles and dot refresh. No, sorry, not this one, but dot refresh. We could also do this, but in my opinion, it's simpler if we just cut it here. Yeah, and we need to take away this promise. But unlike I just did, I don't want to take away any promises and show you what the command actually is. So we have these things right here. And what I want to do now is go ahead and implement a little delete button. And we can do this by giving this a class of flex and justify between. And then we're gonna, it's as if it would listen to me. That's kind of creepy. And we don't want to have this. We just go and, yeah, red. I guess it looks kind of ugly. And space y2. Yeah, now it's a bit more pretty. So yeah, we have this button, this delete button, and what we need to do now is go ahead and do remote function, and we go ahead and do export const delete article. And this is not a form, this is the command, which we can also import here. And we have a c.string here. And the callback function is the async, blah, blah, blah. And we have the ID. And we probably need to import this one. Yeah, we have zone installed. Perfect. And I think this is basically what we need to do. Then we need to import the equals. And well, no, this is number. True. Okay. Now, in our button, we need to go ahead and give this an on-click action. And this is probably it. We just need to import it. Whoops, no. Yeah, this is how we do it. Good, nice auto import here from Windsurf. Thank you. And now we can just delete this. Delete this one. Delete this one as well. And it's awesome. I am not sure why I don't need to do like this updates thing. I'm gonna do it now because I think sometimes if you put it in a await block, like not like I did here with this await in the each block, but if you have an await block itself, it sometimes lags out a bit. Don't want to do that, definitely. So now we'll show you how you can actually set this up yourself. For that, I guess I'm gonna create a new Svelte project. So we're gonna do pnpm dlx sv create showcase RPC. This should be up and running. We want a SvelteKit minimal TypeScript don't want anything of that. PNPM works fine. I am here in the repo of Joy of Code, and I just grabbed this version right here. I am changing back to here, and we just go ahead and install PNPM install at svelte.js/kit add this version, and this should hopefully install it for me. P install svelte at latest. The async svelte branch has been merged, and now what you can do is go into here, experimental, and we have remote functions, and we're gonna set this to true. And for the async svelte to work, we actually need to go ahead into compiler options, and then with experimental, and then here we have async true, and then your app should work just fine. You may have to restart your TypeScript server, and for the first time you will probably have to type out this install like string yourself, but then you should be good to go. I hope I could give you a little good little insight on how the new remote functions work. I hope you like this video as well. If so, go ahead and subscribe, and yeah, I should be posting a lot more videos now, and I'm sorry that I've been gone for a while, but like I said, or like I wrote on Twitter and on community post, I've been gone for a bit and I had to do some stuff and I was busy, but yeah, now I'm happy to be back, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.